Hey, everybody. My name is Jay. If you don't know, I'm the youth pastor at the United Methodist Church here in Brady. And here's Annie right over here. She's one of our seniors in our youth ministry program, and so exciting to sit down with her for a minute and kind of talk and just kind of do life and see how life has been for her. Annie, how's Corona life treating you? Is it kind of crazy?
It's definitely a crazy situation that we're living in right now, but I'm doing what I can to survive.
Yeah. Are you kind of like stuck at home, or are you kind of going out and about, or are you kind of like,
I like
um,
to stay home as much as I can, but every now and then I'll take a drive around town just to get away.
sure. I can imagine it's kind of boring a little bit to kind of,
Yeah,
just sit at home and stay in your room all day. you know,
for sure.
I try to get out, but where there's not that much going on, it's kind of good at least to take a walk or a jog. I don't know if you like running or anything like that.
I mean, I'm not a runner, but I'll do what I can to get out of the house for a couple minutes.
Sure. So hey, church. I'm gonna ask Andy a couple questions, and this is just a time since we can't do graduation Sunday. I think it'll be at least neat to hear from her and see what she has to say just about life and ministry and what's her next steps. And I hope you enjoyed this video as you continue to watch it. So, Andy, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So, hey, can you tell everybody, even though I already said your name multiple times, just in case no one heard it, can you tell us your name, where you are from, and what school you go to?
So my name is Annie Weaver, and I live here in Brady, but I am graduating from Rochelle High School.
Awesome. So how has Rochelle been for you the past 4 years?
It's been wonderful. I've met a lot of great people, and I've been involved in a lot of great programs.
Awesome. Can you name like at least one of them that you kind of like, really enjoyed?
Probably the biggest one would be band.
So what do you love about band?
It's helped me become a really good leader, and it's helped me form a connection with some of the younger students.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I have a lot of friends in band that just really enjoy it. And I kind of look back now and I'm like, man, I would have liked to at least been a band guy, how do you recruit for that? Like, do you kind of just ask people or people join or?
It kind of just depends. Like, we've been building up our program for the last 2 years, so whatever we do in the public helps some of the younger students, like the sixth grade kids who aren't really able to join yet, see like what type of performances they'll be expecting and what type of work that we really put out for the crowd.
Oh, that's awesome. So I bet you put in a lot of hours too as well.
Yes, sir. I definitely try to give it my all.
Awesome. That's awesome. So the big question that everyone has probably have asked you, what's next after high school? No pressure.
Um, After high school, I plan to go to ASU in Angelo and get my degree in music education.
Awesome. So what led you to choosing Angelo? Like, if do you have like was it like a off the whim, like, sure, I'll go there? Or was it like people kind of talking to you about it? Or like, what made you choose Angelo to do music?
There was a lot of recruiters that came to Rochelle just to talk about the campus itself. And while I was researching degrees like earlier in high school, I found out that they actually have a really good music program. And that's kind of when I started thinking about doing music education, and it kind of just spiraled from there.
Oh, that's solid. So what do you want to do long term then? If you thought about that, maybe not, but what do you want to do long term?
Definitely, I want to lead my own band one day. And then hopefully after that, after I get the experience of teaching in a high school setting or even a middle school setting, I'd like to become a music professor.
That is legit. That's legit. That is awesome. So I know this is not part of the question, but do you want to stay around, or or do you think about going somewhere else? Or is that still kind of?
I'd probably like to start in a bigger school just to get the experience, I guess, for later jobs.
Sure. Definitely. Okay, so let me flip this one. How has Jesus changed? I know we're jumping right into it. How has Jesus changed your life from freshman year all the way up until senior year? Or if I were to ask it a different way, like, how's God worked on you throughout the 4 years?
I would say God and Jesus has definitely like given me a sense of hope and at least a sense of direction when I needed it the most, and it's definitely helped me a lot to figure out what I want to do and who I am and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Would you say like family and friends may have played a part, sort of?
Uh, yeah, my mom definitely is a good example of what Christianity is like and stuff like that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, okay, let me ask you this question. I think it's pretty cool. What was one of the memorable moments that you had during your time in youth group? So, if you look back at youth group for whenever that was, um, whether it's middle school, whether it's high school, what was a moment that you were like, man, that was real fun? And then what was a moment that you can say that it just impacted your life for God?
Um, I would say that I've definitely met a lot of really cool people in youth, but the one really cool moment for me was when I was my first public performance when I joined the praise band and I got to
I
sing
remember
on
that.
stage for the first time and in front of everybody. And it connected me closer to God because I was praising him and praising his name. And it was a really cool experience for me.
I got to brag on her, Church. She is an awesome musician, I believe. Not just saying that because we're on live recording right now, but she is great. And the songwriting that she does, so she's got to share many songs with me, and you can vouch for that.
Yes,
Um, they're good. I think they're great. Your melodies is what I really like. You have great melodies. So, hey, if you ever want to hear her, put you on the spot, make sure you go and check her out. She's great. She's solid. She's really solid. She's really solid. So that's how you connect with God, is definitely by, at least one of the ways is by your music, you'd say.
yes, sir.
That's awesome. That's cool. That's cool. So why do you believe that youth ministry is important to the church? Like, why do you believe youth ministry is important?
I would say that youth ministry helps younger kids, like even starting from middle school up until like right now, like as a senior. It's important to teach kids about good morals and good behavior. And I would say Jesus is a great resource, and Jesus and God is they're great resources to have in times of trouble, because going through school is definitely not an easy experience for anybody. And having somebody that you can talk to and pray to and turn to in your most desperate times of vulnerability is really, really important for a lot of youth.
That's good. That's good. It's like kind of like what I hear you saying is like, when you go through hard times in life or even good times, right? It's always
Mhm.
important to like be connected to Jesus, right? To know that God is like always there, and that no matter what is going on, you're gonna be okay, or more than okay.
Yes,
That's
sir.
kind of hear what I hear you're saying too as well. I think that's pretty neat, and that's really wise, just because, I mean, you've always been that way, but um, that's very encouraging to hear, especially if you tell some younger students that, you know what I mean, and
Mhm.
say, hey, I've been through it. And I kind of know I may not know everything, but I just know for sure that God is with you always. So that's pretty neat. It's pretty, very, very, very insightful. Okay, here's a big one. It's a deep one. Um, so if you could tell any adult in your church or any adult in general, how can what would you I mean, so me better put it a better way. What could you tell adults on how to help the next generation win? So let me re-say that because I butchered that. How could you help adults tell them to help the next generation win?
I would definitely say believing is not just believing in God and believing and being an example for Christianity, but believing when a young student comes up to you, particularly, it doesn't matter if you've never met them before or they're new to the church or whatever, but believing the experience that they've been through and believing that if they come to you for help, they need help, and they wouldn't be asking for help if they didn't need it. And that's such a big thing, is believing when a child tells an adult something. Like for me personally, that's just like, I think that would help so many people, is just being believed for the stories that they present.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's good. That's good. Would you even say in that too that like when it comes to that believing that you're talking about, and tell me if I'm wrong, but in that believing you're talking about, it's like when you come to adult with something, whether it's a serious moment or whether it's about faith, you want them to at least try to understand where you're coming from,
Yes.
and hopefully in turn, them understanding you, they can easily, well, not easily, but better walk with you through whatever you're going through. What
Right.
would you say? Like you kind of with that a little bit?
I would say like one of the biggest things is like, if you don't have a good example for Christianity, you don't know what it's supposed to look like. And it looks
Mm,
different for everybody. But
That's good.
when somebody comes up to you, it's like a human fear to not be understood and not fit in anywhere.
Mm.
But through Christ, you fit in life, and there's always a plan for you, and there's always hope for you through Christ. But if adults just took the time to understand the situation that a student is presenting or something that is affecting them, it could mean that they would have a better example in Christianity, and they would therefore have a stronger walk with Christ, in my opinion.
That is so, like, I'm a tear up. like, that was so good. Not just saying it for the answer, but like, that was very insightful. You know, what I heard from you talking that, for me, it was like, man, I want to feel like I belong. And that's, you made me feel that way with how you said that. So thank you. That was really, that was solid. That was solid. So, hey, so before we go, I just thought of this right off the top of my head, so don't feel nervous. But if you, for just a fun fact for everybody, if you could tell us like your favorite go-to snack, if you're feeling like really starving, your favorite movie that you recently saw, it can be old or new, and then your favorite band, like something, your favorite band, you're like, I think I know who that is, that you like to listen to. So what's a go-to snack that you feel like you're just craving?
My go-to snack would be like ramen noodles or a good sandwich.
So define a good sandwich. Is it like what's in the sandwich? Like what type of bread, and then like what's in the sandwich?
So like, I mean, a good sandwich is definitely like any kind of bread you have around your house. Like for us, it's usually like wheat bread or something like that. And then, I mean, I'm talking more than like one piece of meat and one piece of cheese. Like there's layers.
That is awesome. So like, is it like that big, or is it like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's. I mean, it could be a pretty thin sandwich, but like,
yeah.
you don't want a type of sandwich where it's the last piece of everything that you have in the house.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so those are your go-to snacks. Then what is your go-to, like, or not go-to, but what is the most recent movie or whatever that you've seen that you whether old or new, that you could sit down with these snacks?
My favorite, I guess, go-to movie would definitely be Seven Brides for Seven Brothers or The Unsinkable Molly Brown, because I love those movies and they're timeless classics.
That's awesome. That means I'm going to have to check those out because I've not even heard of those. So I'm going
to you definitely should. They're great movies.
Yeah. Shoot me a text of those. I'll check those out.
Yes,
I definitely will. And then the last one, I think I know, well, I'm for sure, unless you changed, who's your favorite band and one of their songs that you like?
Well,
let me take a guess. Is it Panic of the Disco?
No. My favorite band is the other one, 21 Pilots. And I love a lot of their music. It's really hard to pick a favorite song.
Well, you like a lot of great people that you got me hip to. And so I'm like, because I remember you gave me like a long list before.
I'd like to think I have a pretty diverse music taste. So it depends on the mood, I guess.
Well, see, hey, everybody, this explains why her melodies are so good. Like, because you have a wide range of music you listen to, therefore your creativity is not, limited. So, Well, hey, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this quick interview that was kind of all over the place. Maybe on my end, she had it together. I did it. We probably should have did a run through. No, I was playing. So, hey, again, this is Annie Weaver. Please shoot her a text or Instagram or Facebook her, or, call her house maybe. Tell her, hey, and you love her. And so thanks, Annie, so much for your time. And
yes,
we will catch back with you. See ya.
Bye, everybody.